Good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
Myself Yogesh Milind Bhosale. Today we are discussing about basics of research paper publication. Okay. Do you know idea about research paper publication? Any idea? What is research paper publishing?
We are doing research. We are publishing only
conferences, workshops.
Okay, right. Good answer. After this thesis, after the research completing, we are publishing the research. So today we are learning about research paper publishing. Okay. So first is publishing research papers. When the paper writing is finished and the author consider the paper to be worth publishing, the next step is to submit it for publication. For example, conference, journal, or a book editor. Okay. In that, after the thesis completion, paper publication from journal or the conferences. Okay. Why it's used journal and books editor? Why is used?
Others will be benefited from this,
Okay, good.
which will support for their study also if it is similar.
Yes, right. The selective focus here is one journal article and conference papers. Okay. Next is process of publishing a journal articles. One by one, identifying a target journal. Okay. First of all, when completing the thesis, we are finding journals like, for example, PubMed. Okay. Otherwise, American journals. There are so many journals and journals available in community. Okay. Then first identify the target journal. Okay. Then next is following the journal's instructions. There are various instructions from various journals. Okay. PubMed also initiate various instructions. Otherwise, American journals also various types of instructions. Okay. So journal instructions are important. Okay. When you publish the paper. Then third is submitting the paper. When you complete your thesis, your research, you submit the paper by appropriately. Okay. And step by step. Okay. Then next, understanding the decision process. Okay. Then we are discussing after next slide in detail. Okay. Revising a paper, then answering queries, then reviewing proofs. Okay. Then this is a picture. Okay. What is shown in picture? What do you think in this big picture?
There are so many barriers.
Barriers. Okay. Who is this man?
Researcher.
Researcher. You and me. Okay. And the last time paper accepted. Last time this paper accepted. So when you publishing, there are so many errors like citations. Okay, and then words, 3,000 words.
Limitations for this.
Limitations. Okay, right. These are the errors, and then paper accepted. The next, first is process steps. Identifying a target journal. After preparing a manuscript, your next step is to choose a journal for the publication of your research. First of all, you choose the journal. Okay. Yes. In that PubMed, American journals. Okay. Then there are several criteria that should be considered in accurately selecting a journal for manuscript submission. The meaning are same. Okay. Then first criteria. Match between the subject of your article and the journal and in scope. The most common and avoidable reason for journal rejection is mismatch between the manuscript and the journal aims and scope. First, determine whether the subject matter of your article matches that of the target journal. Consider the sort of research that the journal focuses on. It is the theoretical or applied. First of all, target selection means what? We are the researcher, okay? And in which field? Nursing field. There are so many fields: nursing, medical, engineering, pharmacy. There are different types of research findings and different types of journals. Okay. सो असं नाही की बाबा आपण नर्सिंगमध्ये आहे आणि आपलं आर्टिकल किंवा काय असेल ते मॅन्युस्क्रिप्ट आपण दुसऱ्या इंजिनिअरिंगच्या ह्याच्यात टाकायला लागले पेपर सबमिट करायला. मग ते तसं चालणार आहे का? तर तसं नाही करायचं. एखादं टार्गेट ठेवायचं आणि तिथे तिथं आपण आपलं नर्सिंगचं रिसर्च अपलोड करायला किंवा काय असेल ते सबमिशन करायचं. ठीक आहे का दुसऱ्या फील्डमध्ये करून चालते? नाही ना. What is the readership and target audience? If your paper is highly specialized or technical, you will do better to publish in a journal with a small but very specific target audience. Reaching the right readership can sometimes be more important than reaching a wide readership. This is the area of selection. Means what? Which journal or conference you decide you choose for the paper publication. Then you first suppose your research is small, then you take you choose which conference or which journals you select. The next criteria 3 is the journal highly visible. It is highly visible. Once your paper is published, it should be easy to find by other researchers. Journal visibility plays an important role in this regard. Once your research published, it is highly visible. How? By online, in browser, Google Chrome, like right now. Otherwise, conferences. You see in conference like a paper presentation. बघितले ना आपल्या इथं सुद्धा होतं कॉन्फरन्सला असताना ज्यांना रिसर्च वगैरे काय पब्लिश करायचे असते त्यांनी पेपर प्रेझेंटेशन ठेवावं म्हणून आहे ना. तसं कॉन्फरन्सद्वारे सुद्धा आपण काय करू शकतो? आपलं पेपर पब्लिकेशन करू शकतो. What is the CV value of publication? Some authors put a premium on journal prestige. Here are some factors to consider. Editorial board member. Prestigious journals usually have eminent researchers as members of the editorial board. Editorial board means what? When you publish your paper, suppose for example PubMed. In PubMed there are so many editors. Like when your paper submit in PubMed, okay. So editor see your paper and what correction he given. He told you like a letter by email. Then you correct the research. Otherwise correct the correction and you submit again. Okay. So editor is most important. असं मेंबर्स असतात त्यांचे एडिटर्स असतात. परत प्रेस्टिज म्हणजे काय? त्याच्यावर हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट असते. मग असं जे आपण पब्लिकेशन करत असतो पेपर, मग ते पुढं जाऊन कसं स्टेप बाय स्टेप ते काय समजा करेक्शन असतील तर ते एडिटर्स आपल्याला सांगतात बाय मेल. डायरेक्ट ओरली सांगतात का आपल्याला? नाही. जसं आपण ज्या थ्रू आपण केलेलं आहे, ऑनलाईन केलेलं आहे समजा आता पब्लिकेशन, तर ते ऑनलाईनच तुम्हाला मेसेज वगैरे तुम्हाला मेल करणार असं असे करेक्शन्स आहेत किंवा एवढे पॉप्युलेशन होतं ते तुम्ही चुकीचं घेतले का सॅम्पल्स एवढे घ्यायची होती तेवढे घ्या, ते आपल्याला काय करतात मेलद्वारे सांगतात. मग त्यांची एक कमिटी असते बरोबर. कुणाची? पब्लिकेशन मग त्यात एडिटेरियल बोर्ड असते हा. ठीक आहे. Then what is the journal's turnaround time? How many issues does the journal publish in year? A monthly journal is much more likely to review your article quickly compared with the journal that only publishes once a year. Some journals list the date submitted and date accepted. Comparing these dates will give an approximate idea of the turnaround time. Means what? Some of the journals uh, in 1 year 2 times publish the papers. Okay. Otherwise some of the journals only one time publish the papers. So you decided which journals you choose. Okay. Means what? म्हणजे तुम्ही समजा आता एका वर्षात समजा आपल्याला 2 जर्नल्स जर आपल्याला सबमिट करायचे असतील तर आपण असं जर्नल शोधू शकतोय का बाबा की ते एकच जर्नल एका वर्षातच कंप्लीट करते? नाही. जे कुठलं जर्नल असेल हा त्यांनी वर्षातून 2दा जर करत असतील पब्लिकेशन तर त्यांच्याकडे आपण त्यांना रेफरन्स त्यांना मॅक्झिमम देणार आहे ना. मग तिथं आपण त्या वेबसाईटला आपण पब्लिश करणार, त्या जर्नलला पब्लिश करणार असा त्याचा अर्थ. ओके. बरोबर आहे ना? का चुकीचं काय आहे? नाही काय सांगा काय चुकलं असेल तर. ठीक आहे. चेकलिस्ट फॉर जर्नल सिलेक्शन. While you choose a journal for publication, you should ensure the following. This is the checklist when you submit your paper. Before you submit your paper, publication paper, this checklist also see. Okay. Does the subject of your article match the journal subject focus? First of all, subject is most important. Okay. Which subject you taking for the research? Then next, does the journal accept the article type you intend to submit? Okay. Then next, is the journal read by your target audience? Target audience means what? Population. Target audience. Okay. Then does the journal have an online edition? Okay. It is your choice, online otherwise offline. Okay. Offline means what? Conferences, and online is websites. Okay. American journals. Okay. So you decide where you publish your paper. Okay. Then is the journal impact for in line with your requirements? Impact means what? Journals impact factors. Impact factors. Result.
Results or whatever that.
Impact factor means what? Ratings. Okay. मोस्टली आपल्याला नर्सिंगच्या रिसर्चला 7 अबोव लागतं आणि बरोबर आहे रेटिंग माहिती आहे की नाही? अबोव 7 म्हणजे इम्पॅक्ट फॅक्टर्स म्हणजे जिथे जिथं आपण पब्लिकेशन करणार आहे, आता समजा पबमेडला सपोज करणार आहे तर तिथं रेटिंग्स किती आपल्याला मिळतील किंवा बाबा जे पब्लिकेशन पबमेडद्वारे जे होणार आहेत पब्लिकेशन त्यांची रेटिंग्स नर्सिंगसाठी चांगली आहेत ना. म्हणजे ते 7 अबोव आहे.
पब्लिकेशनला किती लागतात?
7च्या वरती लागतात आपल्या नर्सिंगसाठी. ठीक आहे. 7च्या वरती.
हे कोण देतं सर? रेटिंग कोण देतं? म्हणजे
नाही, ती रेटिंग आपल्याला वेबसाईट मधून कळते त्याच. म्हणजे बाबा पबमेड वाल्यांनी नर्सिंगला किती वेटेज दिली त्यानुसार ते. ठीक आहे. मग तुम्ही
कुठे होत असते आपल्या नर्सिंगचं?
पबमेड, परत अमेरिकन जर्नल्स आणि असे भरपूर आहेत. आणि कुठले कुठले जर्नल्स माहिती आहेत तुम्हाला? गुगल स्कॉलर आणि रिसर्च गेट आहे आणि अनेक आहे. कुठले? ICMR आहे आणि असे वेगवेगळे आहेत. त्यांचे वेगवेगळे पब्लिकेशनचे रेट सुद्धा आहेत आणि सगळंच. बरोबर ना? ठीक आहे. ओके. कळालं ते? Then next is the journal regarded as a prestigious one it is filled by colleagues and peers. म्हणजे यामध्ये काय कलिग्स अँड पियर्स मीन्स व्हॉट?
आपल्या सोबतचे जे आहेत ते रिसर्च
म्हणजे जे पियर ग्रुपमध्ये म्हणजे जर समजा आपल्याच इन्स्टिट्यूटचे समजा काय काय कुठं पब्लिशन झालेलं आहे पेपरचं ते पियर्स ग्रुप किंवा कलिग्स. मग आता सपोज मी पबमेडला केले, मग तिथं मला चांगलं रेटिंग भेटलं तर तू पण तिथंच करणार आहे ना. हां, योगेश सरांनी तिथं केली तर आपण पण तिथंच करू. असं पब्लिकेशनचं वेगवेगळं आहे ना, बरोबर आहे ना. मग ते म्हणायचं कलिग्स अँड पियर्स ना, प्रेस्टिजियस. देन व्हॉट इज द टर्न अराउंड टाइम फॉर आर्टिकल सबमिटेड टू द जर्नल? किती टाइम पिरियड लागेल? वन्स इन इयर, अदरवाइज वन्स 2 टाइम्स इन इयर. म्हणजे सपोज 6 महिन्याला मला एक पब्लिश करायचं, तर मला जे ज्या जर्नलमध्ये करायचं आहे तिथंच मी करणार आहे ना, कारण 2 मला वर्षातनं काय करायचे, पब्लिश करायचे आहे. ठीक आहे. नेक्स्ट काय तर हाऊ मेनी टाइम्स अ इयर इज द जर्नल पब्लिश? व्हॉट आर द पब्लिकेशन चार्जेस? पब्लिकेशन चार्जेस असतात. हाऊ मेनी चार्जेस यू नो अबाउट? 15,000, 20,000. So various journals, various charges. Okay. Then is the length and structure of your manuscript accepted to the journal? Okay. आणि त्यामध्ये लेंथ आणि स्ट्रक्चर पण पाहिजे. आपलं जे काही थेसिस असेल, रिसर्च असेल, त्याची लेंथ किती आहे, स्ट्रक्चर किती आहे, त्यानुसार सुद्धा काय असतात, चार्जेस असतात. बरोबर आहे ना. एवढ्या वर्डमध्ये तुम्ही केलं पाहिजे, बरोबर ना, आहे ना, तसं पण आहे ना. सेकंड, फॉलोइंग द जर्नल्स instructions. Read the instruction to authors before starting to prepare your paper. Regard them while preparing your paper and check them again before submitting your paper. Look at some recent issues of the journal. Doing so can help you gear your paper to the journal. Follow the instructions to authors. What instruction given by the journals? You follow that type of instructions. Okay. The next, some questions the instructions may answer. What category of article does the journal publish? Which category? Means what? Which category articles means what? Suppose nursing article, otherwise engineering, pharmacy. There are so many fields. Okay. Then what is the maximum length of article? Length of article. These are the questions. Question instruction for whom? Research. What is the maximum length of abstract? Then does the journal have to template for article? If so, how can it be assessed? What is section should the article include? What are the guidelines for each? There are given guidelines for the articles. Okay, guidelines or manner. So you can find and submit. Okay. Then what guidelines should be followed regarding writing style? Your writing style is important. Okay. Then how many figures and tables are allowed in thesis? How many figures are there and tables? What are the requirements for them? If what format should references appear? It is the maximum number of references. References. Last, bibliography na? References. So maximum हवे आहेत का मिनिमम पाहिजे ते सुद्धा तुम्ही बघितलं पाहिजे त्यामध्ये चेकलिस्ट. बरोबर का? इन व्हॉट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्मॅट शुड द पेपर बी प्रिपेअर्ड? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्मॅट मीन्स व्हॉट? in what electronic format should the paper be prepared? Electronic format means what? By mail. आता सपोज मला रिसर्च पब्लिश करायचा आहे तर बाय मेलच करणार ना मी. म्हणजे एखाद्या समजा जर्नलला मला द्यायचं आहे मग ते मेलद्वारे करणार आहे की मी पोस्ट सिटी पोस्टद्वारे पाठवणार आहे? नाही ना, मग ते इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया झालं, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्मॅट. ओके, बाय मेल. सबमिटिंग द पेपर, ट्रॅडिशनल सबमिशन बाय मेल. ओके, आता सांगितलं ट्रॅडिशनल म्हणा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक म्हणा, बाय मेल. देन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सबमिशन सेम. Inclusion of a cover letter, conventional or electronic. Completion of required forms. Cover letter means what? Cover letters फॉर्मॅट मध्ये काय तर पोस्ट करू शकतो आपण, बरोबर ना? किंवा एखाद्या कव्हर लेटर मध्ये सुद्धा आपण काय करू शकतोय, पाठवू शकतो. आता मला कोणाला तर द्यायचं आहे ते कव्हर लेटर मध्ये सुद्धा मी करू शकतो. कंप्लीशन ऑफ रिक्वायर्ड फॉर्म्स. रिक्वायर्ड फॉर्म्स असतात काय काय पब्लिकेशनचे. फॉर्म्स म्हणजे काय? फॉर्म देतात तुम्हाला, ते त्यानुसार तुम्ही तुमची माहिती त्यात इन्फॉर्मेशन फिलअप करायची आणि सेंड करायची. ठीक आहे, ते रिक्वायर्ड फॉर्म. दिस इज द एक्झाम्पल फॉर लेटर फॉर द सबमिशन. Dear editor, please regard my article titled Speech Act as Language Function Found in a Conversation Models Prospect for Publication in your Journal of XYZ. I undertake that my article is not under consideration for publication elsewhere. This is the letter, format of letter. I am looking forward to hear from you at your earliest convenience. Then sincerely yours, so and so XYZ. आता समजा पब्लिकेशन मला करायचं आहे पेपरचं, तर त्याच्याबरोबर एक लेटर त्यांना द्यायचं की काय असतील तर करेक्शन सांगा मला. ठीक आहे, बरोबर ना? Some categories of editor at journals. The main roles, except authors, involved in the journal editing and publishing process and their responsibilities are as follows. Helpful to know because you might interact with each. This is the category of editors. First of all, reviewer. Each journal has an editorial board that includes a number of reviewers who are responsible for reviewing submitted manuscript assigned to them by an editor. Having reviewed a paper, each reviewer independently advises the editor whether to accept or reject the paper. What is the role of reviewer? It is the he see your paper, okay? Paper, what you submit to the in journals, okay? Journals, okay? Reviewer are see what you included in the research, okay? Then he decided it is reject or accept, okay? Then it's given to editor in chief. Editor-in-chief. The most important function of an editor-in-chief can also be a group of persons is to make the final decision whether to accept or reject the submitted paper. Okay, it is the main head of department in research publications. Okay, member, editor-in-chief, head of department. So he decided after receiving from receiver paper publication. Then he decided it is rejected or accepted. Then another is associate editor. In case journal has a board of associate editors, then for each submission an associate editor is assigned as an intermediary between the author, the reviewer, and the editor-in-chief. Associate editors handle the communication with the corresponding author, and they control the reviewing process, including the selection of reviewers and processing of revisions. Based on the reviewers' recommendations, they make a recommendation to the editor whether to accept or reject a submitted manuscript. Okay. Associate editor, he when you when receiver given to paper to associate editor, he gives suggestion, otherwise communication, communication between author and editor. Okay, what he given correction, he tell us to the researcher, these are correction, correct and submit. Okay, so first is reviewer, then associate editor, and then editor in chief. Last paper take by editor in chief. He decided it's accept or reject. Then next is initial screening by the journal for appropriateness of subject matter. How thesis? How is the thesis? Okay, inappropriate of subject matter. Okay, for compliance with instructions. Okay, it is with instructions. For overall quality, sometimes it should be quality. Article submission. Okay, which is one type of format, letter format. Dear author, thank you very much for considering the International Journal of Language Learning and Applied Linguistic World to publish your research paper. Your paper will be checked in terms of plagiarism using www.plagscan.com. If the similarity is less than 20%, it will be sent to two reviewers. You will receive the review result and further instruction soon. Best regards. Okay. It's given by
Written later.
editors. These are the one of the format, for example. Peer review, evaluation by expert in the field. Peer review means what? Peer means what? Group of people. Then evaluation by expert in the field. Which expert in this field?
Researchers. Like previous who's made the research.
Yes. Members. Okay. That
Seniors.
prestigious seniors, head of department, editors, senior faculty, these are the members. Okay. Purpose is to help the editor decide whether to publish the paper. It helps the editors. Okay. Then to help the authors improve the paper whether or not the journals accept it. It's also help the authors, researchers. Okay. Understanding the decision process. Next, based on the peer reviews advice, the editor once evaluation the amount of space in the journal, other factors, option acceptance without revision, a rare event. Acceptance with minor revisions. It is also giving suggestion from peer groups. Okay, what he decided regarding paper publication, what is the correction. Then it's correct and submit. Okay, by authors, research. Review result. I am writing the regard to the paper that you submitted for possible publication in the International Journal of Language Learning and Applied Linguistic World. This is the format regarding review result. Okay. I am glad to inform you that based on the reviewers' comments, your paper has been accepted to be published in the current issue with minor revision required. In order to receive the detailed review result and comment, please sign and send the copyright from the along with the publication fee payment, not later than 2 days. Okay, this is the review result. Okay, in that regarding fee payment. Okay, in that within 2 days publication fee submit to the journals. Okay, you can pay the publication fee through PayPal with bank transfer. To pay the publication fee through PayPal, please pay the fee amount to .com. Okay, which website. And if you wish to use bank transfer, please find the necessary information in the attached file. For bank transfer, please pay 170 bank transfer condition. Best regards. Okay, in that this is the payment method. Okay, when you submit the paper. Okay, revising a paper. Next is revising a paper. The goal is to improve the paper and get it accepted for publication. Okay? So revise and resubmit promptly. Revise and resubmit. Okay? Then include a letter saying what revision you have made. If you receive a list of requested revisions, address each in the letter. If you disagree with the requested revision, explain why in your letter. Try to find a different way to solve the problem the editor or reviewer identified. First of all, finding the which correction given by the author and revise and resubmit again. Okay, in proper channel. Okay. Review detail. This is the example. Dear author, thank you very much for paying the publication fee. Attached you can find the review result for the paper that you submitted to the XY. The reviewer may have made some changes in red. Please use the attached file to revise your paper, please. It is a message from publication. Publication. Otherwise, journals. Okay. What is changes given by in red in color. Okay. Then insert your paper in the journal templates and format the paper as mentioned in the review details form. Highlight your changes in blue so that we can easily find out that revisions you have made. These are the color of changes. After the highlight the changes in the main paper in blue, you should complete the review checklist and send it to the journal with the final revised paper inserted in the template. In the review checklist, in every section, include the abstract introduction, and you should explain in short how you have answered the reviewers' comment, if any comment has been given. Refer to the review result from the further possible comments. Send the revised version with changes highlighted in blue and the cover letter not later than 5 days. Okay? Changes highlighted in blue color. Okay? And cover the letter not later than 5 days. Okay? Within 5 days it's completed. The final version should only be sent in Word file. It is in Word file, not a PDF, otherwise any other format. Very important note. After the final submission, the paper will be published and indexed soon. Any correction it is once you pay the fees regarding publication. Otherwise, publishers given you correction, and then you another time you submitted. It is more and more you submitted the research and more and given the corrections. So you can find the cost. Okay. म्हणजे एक्स्ट्रा चार्जेस तुम्हाला लागणार, म्हणजे जसं तुम्ही ते एडिटर सांगतील करेक्शन आणि तुम्ही कसं करत चाललाय, जेवढं मॅक्झिमम होईल तेवढं तुम्हाला त्याचे काय करावं लागणार, फाईन बेस करावी लागणार. ठीक आहे. Answering queries. Queries question for the manuscript editor. Some topics of queries: inconsistency, missing information, ambiguities, others. Okay. Answer queries means what? Any missing information in the thesis. Okay. You can skip important things. So don't miss the information. Okay. Then advise, respond promptly, politely, and completely and consciously. Okay. When you give, when your publishers give a new correction, you can give advice properly, and say to the publishers in proper manner, not argue with publisher. So respond promptly. Okay. जे काय असेल ते व्यवस्थित त्यांच्याशी कन्व्हर्सेशन ठेवा, त्यांच्याशी काही वाद घालू नका मध्ये, नाही तर माझं बरोबर होतं आहे ना, तुम्हीच कसं चुकीचं सांगायला आहे ना, असं काय वाद घालत बसू नका. जे सांगितले ते करेक्शन करून द्यायचे, आर्ग्यू करायचं नाही थोडं. Reviewing proofs. After acceptance, authors are sent proofs of their manuscript, but only changes to the title, author list, spelling, grammar, formatting, or scientific errors will be permitted. All correction must be approved by the publisher. When all editorial issues are resolved, your paper will be formally accepted for publication. Reviewing proofs. In that, correction regarding spelling, grammar mistakes. Okay, you can correct and resubmit. Okay. Final step. First, celebrate publication of your paper. First, publish your paper. Then some journals publish the paper online as a PDF file of the final manuscript that was accepted for the publication days to week. In PDF form, otherwise Word file, you submit to the publication. Okay. In the journals. Okay. Final revised paper and review checklist. It is, dear author, I am glad to inform you that your paper has been published now. Many thanks once again for considering the International Journal of Language Learning and Applied Linguistic World as an academic place to share your latest findings with other scholars. Okay, this is a message from editors. Okay, from publishers. Okay, thank you. Then next, do and don'ts when submitting the paper. काय करायला पाहिजे आणि काय नाही करायला पाहिजे ते सांगितले. त्यामध्ये डू लुक इनटू वेदर द जर्नल हॅज पेड चार्जेस फॉर सबमिशन fees for color illustration or photos or preprint charges. This is regarding payment fees. Do prepare a cover letter for your paper including the name of the manuscript, the names of the authors, academic degree, position, affiliation, and address, telephone number, email address. Okay. These are information regarding researcher. You can provide properly. Okay. Then don't interpret the editor's decision letter to literally. Usually there are qualifiers in the decision letter like we can only accept your paper after major revisions or your paper is not acceptable in its current form. Should you choose to revise your paper, these are generally statements that are leaving the door open for you to revise, review and resubmit. Okay. Means what? Don't argue with the editors. Okay. when you given the correction, you correct and submit it. Okay, revise, review, and resubmit. Process of publishing a conference paper. In the conference, the review system at scientific conferences is pretty similar to the journal paper review system, at least in computer science. Nevertheless, there are some differences in the publishing process which are explained in this section. Generally, papers published just if a call for papers. Paper has a call for papers in both written and oral communication. To invite author to submit paper to publish in the conference. Uh, Invite to authors, okay, for the submitting the paper in the conference, okay. Proceeding and to be presented at the conference venue. It presented by the authors, okay, in conference, okay. Call for paper information. The call for paper information normally be downloaded from the conference website. Comprise the following information: title, information theme, and topics of interest. This is the publication paper regarding informations. Okay, like title of your research and information theme, and then interest. Okay. Submission guidelines. Most call for paper comprise a section where general guidelines for submission are communicated to the authors. Okay. In that, you can give the deadlines. Deadlines means what? Last date of submission. Okay. So editors, otherwise publisher given you date. Regarding conference, that time of date you submit your paper.
Before that day,
before the submission, he conversation with you regarding instructions, like deadlines, submission of deadline, pre-selection or paper finding by the program committee. When you showing paper, publication paper, you show the paper to the conference program committee. Okay. Then he decided it is sharing or not in conference presentation. Okay. Notification date also given by the editors. It is accepted or rejected. It is also given by the publisher. What is an impact factor? A journal's impact factor is an annual measure of the extent to which article in the journal are cited. In that, impact factor means what? Impact factor means ratio. Otherwise rating. Rating. PubMed given above 7 ratings for nursing researches. Okay, so you can choose PubMed. There are so many journals are there. Okay.
कोणत्या आर्टिकलला जास्त साइटेड लोकांना रेफरन्स म्हणून वापरले
हां, ते तुम्ही चूज करू शकता त्यामध्ये. ठीक आहे. Institute for Scientific Information journals and impact factors. Okay, the Institute for Scientific Information was founded by the Eugene Garfield in 1960. It was acquired by Thomas Scientific and Healthcare in 1992, become known as Thomas Institute for Scientific Information. Institute for Scientific Information published the annual journal citation reports, the JCR, which lists the impact factor for the journal. A list of over 14,000 journals is maintained by the uh, Institute for Scientific Information. Okay, over 40,000 journals is maintained by which which institute? Institute for Scientific Information, ISI. Okay. If you publish your article in ISI, okay, journal, so you can taking better visibility, highest credibility, and good incentive. Okay. If rejected, value your experience with free useful reviews. Okay, also given previews. Huh? Then, if your paper is of high quality but submitted to a non-ISI journal, you have wasted a rare chance. If your paper publication paper is high quality, but you did not submit in ISI journal, so you have wasted a rare chance. Okay, so you submit in ISI journal. Okay, what makes a paper publishable in ISI journal? Title, interesting and new. When you see in ISI journals, okay, it is a systematic manner. Okay, like title, interesting and new. Relevant literature, presenting new knowledge. It's given presenting new knowledge. Okay, methodology clearly explained. ISI given proper information in methodology. Okay, professional presentation and follow guidelines to authors. Okay, professional guidelines is given by ISI journals. Okay, to the authors, new researchers are there. Okay, authors. So ISI given the professional presentation or the guidance and guidance to authors. Okay, for underfilled presented prescribed by the journal. Okay, good English clarity. In ISI Institute of which काय होतं त्याचा full form?
Institute of for Scientific Information.
Scientific information is given by all things, good things in that journals. Okay, and good clarity in English. Okay, thank you.